know the norms. We will all come to the meeting on time. We're all ready for that. One person will be speaking at one time. Everyone else will be actively listening. Everyone will actively participate in the meeting. Expectations need to be relevant to the targeted group using specific language, and discussion will be made in consideration of everyone's input and by consensus decisions, pardon me. And we'll keep information discussed here confidential.
All right, so let's start with some celebrations, surprises from the data.
And I had one for Benny. He has gone up significantly with his progress monitoring in oral reading fluency. He went from 70 words per minute to 110 words per minute, which is a really significant jump for him. Kind of out of the norm for him from his past progress monitors, but he did very well, and he did very well on his retell as well. So he was reading for meeting, which is good. So and I was excited to progress monitor again because the last one we did on her, she did have some comprehension.
Yeah.
She has had none.
Something that's a little bit, running is hard, but what we're doing is not what the type of hard that she needs.
Yeah.
She needs something that while she's doing it, she has to strategize and think about her movements and like the coordination and stuff.
You know, just okay, that's all you're working on. Get those two done, and I mean maybe if she got a few done, but it really works like in math.
Well,
it really works when there's a lot of problems and you just draw this little shape and say.
I mean, it's, and I've sent notes home, and then she gets
If it's
better,
attention issues.
and then it drops off.
And she is there, and she asks me a question if she doesn't understand, and every single time. And when Anthony T made that comment about, well, it doesn't matter, I'm failing anyway, and blah, blah. And I said, well, are you proud of that? Is that something you're proud of? Don't you want to change that? And she was sitting next to me, she goes, I'm not proud. And I was like, oh, I wasn't talking to you.
Just put it on our radar. And
He doesn't problem solve for normal everyday, like you don't have a pencil. So he will sit the entire class period and do nothing because he doesn't have a pencil or he doesn't have a paper. He won't solve those problems to participate, and in a class so large, you don't notice him not having a pencil.
He knows certain like P's and S's and E's. Surprisingly, some of those words, if you really look at the test, they have a lot of those in it.
Yes,
A lot of the
It's
P's and
interesting
S's.
that.
I'm not worried about making a group of 3 like I was a couple months ago when they were just sort of rolling on it.
I don't know though how great.
So that tells me, and tell me, like they're still struggling with the initial sound. So I know we're testing phoneme side, but their intervention still needs to be backed up a little bit. We don't, I mean, and like with everything, like at the end of your small group, you can give them some words to segment because you want them to keep practicing that, but your main focus, my main focus
It was Aaron, but he did
Aaron,
better on the
yeah,
last
he had
one.
a bad month. Some things were going on, but he turned it around.
This week was plot, and I said, first thing I said was, what can you do if you don't remember the question? And they all answered, go back and look in the story and underline it like we do every morning. Close reading.
Context, and it's where they read a sentence and then they have to pick out, there's a word that's underlined, and then they have to pick out the definition of the word by it in context. And I have all of them doing it. All of them are doing it, which is cool.
That's awesome.
And so it's fun to see them come up with that vocabulary and then match it up with a word that means the same. I mean, they're just rolling. Like I said, they're ready. I could send them right now to 2nd grade and feel comfortable.
It's a pattern from kindergarten because it was 15 days last year and 12 tardies.
Okay, so that's what we need to work on then. Maybe if
Maybe
we are
that's
absent
something
party, that would help.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
It's very difficult for her to verbalize, and you really have to practice to understand her. But she's a bright little cookie.
Too, because those kids are out of the classroom for an hour every day at reading and math. So then I have to find time to do the interventions with them in addition to the interventions with the next level. So.
And the Chromebook Lab does provide some support for that.
Chromebook Lab is awesome because that way everybody else
I've
is
really been trying to work on some writing with him because I know he's very reluctant writer. And he'll always say, don't give me anything hard, okay? Oh, I wouldn't. I'm only going to give you stuff you can do.